He was a killer for hire, but one woman's love changed all that, and he became a family man with a son. But now his family has been taken away from him, and he returns to the path he's always known as a killer. Catch Go West in theaters this summer, 1985. So, hello and welcome to DC Fans United. So I'm doing my third review of an alternate comic. This one's called Go West. As you may have caught from my introduction, my impression is this is very much, to me it read like a screenplay almost. Like, there's some very consistent tropes that are in a lot of media, particularly action movies from the 80s and 90s, which isn't a bad thing. I've actually done a couple live streams talking about those movies. You'll see why when we get into it. So first off, the writer, I'm assuming it's listed writer, penciler, colorist, letterer. So Garrett Gunn is the writer, and that name, Garrett Gunn, if that's his given name, that's a fortunate name, because that's the kind of name you want if you're a writer or in show business or something. Garrett Gunn. That's really catchy. So then we also have Saint Yak and Sean Forney, and I've seen this person before too on other Alterna books, HDE. So I don't know if that's initials or if that's a company like, what's the one DC always uses? Hi-Fi or something like that. So if you know, let me know. I'd be curious about that. But that person or whoever always does letters. Anyways, Go West. I don't want to give away everything about it, but I had assumed it was going to be a Western. That is not exactly the case. So you can see the kind of art it has, and it's, it does credit everyone. So I had it right. Yeah. Wonder who does inks. They never say. I'm assuming the penciler does. Yeah, it's got to be the penciler does the inks. So anyways, it is really artistic the way it's presented. Like, I was bagging on it a little for being like an 80s action movie. That is sort of the plot, but overall it's really artistic. So what you see through these pages is really artistic, but it's also showing how the home is in disarray and everything. And it's really powerful how it's shown to you, and you don't know at first what happened at all. And he's just kind of explaining things. And then you see the main character himself. His name is never given, as far as I don't think he was. So this is where he's talking about how he used to be a killer and all that. So let's see, I don't want to give away everything, so I'm going to skip a couple pages. But basically the deal is his family was murdered, and because of that he wants to get revenge. So this issue it was a really fast read for me. It's kind of a real simplistic story in a way. He used to be a killer. He fell in love with a woman, and he gave that up and became, just like a family man. But his past eventually caught up with him, as it's likely to do, and while he wasn't there, his family was killed. So, I don't know. I was really into it because it's kind of artistic and whatnot, and I do think it's a good story, and it's definitely worth $1.50. But to me, that was kind of just such a cliche. You see that in so many movies, not even just 1980s action movies, but like Gladiator. Remember when Russell Crowe comes back and his family has been killed, and that old movie too, like Jeremiah Johnson. He's in the out west, and he comes back to the cabin, and his family's been killed, and he's all mad. And it's a really common trope, and it's a good way to just get the main character's family out of the way and give him motivation. But it made me think of 80s action movies because, like Rambo. What was it in Rambo 2 or 3 where he has a girlfriend? It's 2, I'm sure, where he has that, that lady, the Asian lady, who was his girlfriend for like a minute, and then she gets shot and killed. It's just like, whatever. But it's really artistic. Like these pages in particular, which is why I'm showing them. Really nice big panel, which I'm going to get to in a second as a criticism. But in these two cases, it's cool. That's really good art, and it's okay in my mind to have a giant panel for that. On the other hand, this whole page only has 3 panels. And you're going to see that really consistently throughout the book. I mean, this is the whole page where he's just holding a knife and a bag. So, if that were a DC comic, I'd point it out too. That's generally one of my criticisms I'll often have of comics. This page could have like 12 panels, right? Or at least, or 9, I mean. Like 3, 3, 3. Or, it could have more. It's really cool the way it looks. Like, I like this image. He's burying his family. It's really artistic and powerful, but at the same time, it's taking a lot of pages to show not much happening. And this is a 3-issue mini, so my assumption is not that much is going to happen. But we'll see in the next 2. But we'll jump ahead a few pages to the very end. Basically, he finds the guys who killed his family, so that's all wrapped up too. He shoots them up. It's real violent. And yeah, he chops this guy up who actually confesses to the murder, so that made it real clear. And then it's the end of the issue, so he's going to hack that guy up. So I don't know. I guess I liked Midnight Mystery and Tinseltown better, but I definitely still want to get the next 2 issues of this. My thing is, though, basically, he introduced the main guy, his family is killed, and he killed the people that did it. So where are they going to go from there? I mean, that's your whole movie, normally. So we'll see. I'm curious. Gosh, I don't know. I might be a little more harsh than I've been. Yeah. I'd give it a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 maybe, depending. If you really like, it is very macho. I mean, it's the main character's a dude. He's hardcore. He kills people. He's real tough and doesn't have any emotions. And woman brought out his emotions, and now he's going to get revenge. If you like that kind of, I don't want to give away too much. If you like that kind of thing, old action movies, stuff like that, I think this would be your book. And that is one thing that Alterna does really well, is it has books for everyone, and they are a good price. So that's my review for now. Did you like Go West? Would you give it a better score? I mean, honestly, a 7 out of 10 isn't bad, right? I really appreciate the creative teams that put in work on these and everything. And I don't regret having bought this. I would have done it a little differently. Considering the page count, a lot more could have happened. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Right now, the hardest thing I'm having is getting people to even know I have videos up. So, hit the bell for notifications so you know when I post. And yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. See ya.